So somebody missing off pole position there. I've got to say that's got to be Richard Mono. Richard Marker Barrett's out there. Good start. I'll tell you that will be Neil Chappie, I would suspect, is not out there in the front, so out of action for today. But anyway, Richard Markham Barrett there goes through and up into second spot with Roger Castro leading there. You see Jacob Stroud pushing his way through the field there, all tidily of course. A lot of experience on this young lad's racing life. Yeah, he's been racing for a wee while there, and Super Light Formula 3 New Zealand champion 2 years ago. Bucket racing, all sorts of things. I think he even had to go on a Super Stock 1000 just recently, and he's done a bit of 600 riding as well. Don't think he's actually raced one as such, but certainly a man to watch now and in the future. So Jacob Stroud, 9-time Superbike champion, his old man is. And there's other Strouds coming through as well. Jesse Stroud's coming through and keen to race. He's done a couple of seasons already, or part seasons down at the New Zealand Superbike Development Class Championship. So right now we have out on the track, this is the first of the third round. And it is indeed the Intermediate Trophy, an 8-lap race. And Richard Markham Barrett off the second row of the grid. Fastest man on the track, I have explained before, that you can get a bit of a hole shot there. Once you hit the start-finish line, you're already doing a reasonable speed there, and it can play with your lap times. But we will see. He is closing in on Roger Castro, though. Roger's had all his own way for most of the day, although did do a jump start at one stage there, got a 20-second jump there. Oh, okay. We've got a busy night on the couch. It's already been busy for me over the last week watching the Isle of Man TT. You can't see it live. I don't have the money to do it on Sky, but I do pick up a live timing screen and listen to Manx Radio. The only thing I note of that is it would be nice if that package was available later on, because they come from two different medias. It would be really nice if they could merge them together, so you could, if you don't watch a race, because a lot of them are delayed over the years, a lot of them run till 4 in the morning, and when you're doing that 2-3 nights a week, especially when you run your own business or whatever, I don't get the time to do that. But yeah, anyway, tonight MotoGP from 8:45, World Rally Car Championship, Formula 1 cars, and something, what is this? YACHTSS, that's a funny way to spell motor racing, but yeah, Tim Gibbs tells me the yachts are on as well. America's Cup, not really that interested in that, but I'll tell you what, the technology that comes out of it, and some of the people that have been involved in it, some of the people like Lauren Poole, amongst others, used to ride the Britain, one of the Britons, but he also went along to the America's Cup, and there's a few people gone across there with the technology, and it's great to see some of the stuff coming out of New Zealand. Okay, the fastest man on the track with a 1:15.786, Richard Markham Barrett. It wasn't a trick of the timing there in the first race. It's definitely his quickest, 1:15.786, a 1:15.944 for Roger Castro. A couple of 19s for Kyron O'Neill and Uriah Ryken. You'll see them going in towards Higgins at the moment, about 8 bike lengths between the two of them as they battle it out, and they're both from the 19s, about 0.4 of a second between each other. Uriah Ryken, the fastest of the two, was in behind. Can't quite see who that is. Actually, I think Uriah Ryken there has been behind at the moment. He pulls up side by side and out brakes Kyron O'Neill into the Suzuki Go Media corner there as we see Roger Castro go through and do another quick lap there. Something's going on with Richard Markham Barrett. From a 15.7 to a 16.8, so 1.3 seconds he lost in that lap. That's going to be a misgear or a slide. That's a hell of a lot to lose out on the track. Didn't see where that was happening. Meanwhile, Roger Castro posted a quicker lap time than the lap before with a 1:15.5. Ryken is ahead of O'Neill, and he's into the 18s now. And we got a number of bikes, 3 bikes, Todd Ackroyd, Jason Dawes, and Jacob Stroud, all in the low 20s, all in the 20s, 20.2 to 20.8. So you'll see them going through, I think, the infield at the moment. In fact, they're going off towards the hairpin. Looks like to me that was Jacob Stroud going on the inside of Jason Dawes. Indeed, it was. Jason Dawes has got the blue Rizzler type coloured RGV 250, and Jacob Stroud is on the 41 KTM 390 owned by Mick Ruane, a bike he only picked up about 3 weeks ago. And good to see Mick getting bikes to the track. He's got another bike here, Aprilia. It might be Wayne Anstis riding. It might be. I have to haven't been out there that far into the pits to see every bike here. There it goes, a 1:15.1, quicker and quicker and quicker for Roger Castro. That bike of Markham Barrett's is definitely off song, and he went from a 1:16 to a 1:18.5, and definitely going past there, that bike is slowing. So hopefully he can nurse it home. It's the final race of the day for his class, for that particular class, but he has been out in I think more than one class here at Manfield. 4 laps down, 4 to go in the Intermediate Trophy here at Manfield. Intermediate Trophy brought to you by Ctas, text to web systems. I mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. Google Ctas. Don't just look at the live timing and the video recordings. Go further into his business and see what he offers, because it's a digital business, and you might be surprised on what he's offering to the world and that, and the technology he has that might be able to help you, whatever you do for your business. Looking out to Richard Markham Barrett there, going down the back straight, slowing all the time during this race, so that gives us a benchmark on where Roger Castro is, coming around for his 5th of 8 laps. 6 of 8 laps, number 24 on the RS Motorcycle sponsored Pack and Safe supported machine, the R450. Markham Barrett there, 1:18.5, 1:19.3, so losing about a second a lap, as lap times are increasing by about 0.8 of a second. A great battle going on between Uriah Ryken and Kyron O'Neill, with 0.2 of a second separating them. A lonely place for Todd Ackroyd. Had a pretty good start earlier on, but Todd Ackroyd on the colour code SV650, certainly one of the most beautiful bikes out there. Well presented machines, goes through there. Have we lost Colin Terry? No, we haven't. We've had Jacob Stroud, Jason Dawes go through, and Luke Miller's gone up into 8th place and put Colin Terry down into 9th. Chris Beams and Chance Oliver have gone through there with just 0.1 of a second separating the two bikes, and you'll see them they're coming in towards turn 3. There's another group of people going through turn 3. That's Chris Beams on the 17 Repsol bike, and Chance Oliver, I think, on the SV650, the black bike in there behind. So lap 5 down of these are 8 lap races. 3 laps to go. Roger Castro comes through, another fine lap there. Slowed the pace up a good second, in fact, to 1.022 seconds. So he knows where he's at. Don't know whether he's looking over his shoulder or. All these guys can actually hear what's going on as we see Richard Markham Barrett coming through there with a 1:19.7. Probably no chance of 4th place picking them up. In fact, they're still running around the high 18s anyway, with Uriah Ryken there in 4th place. 1:18.5, 0.2 of a second quicker than Kyron O'Neill. Not really enough room to make it up in the rest of the race. As I said, that Ryken is a little bit quicker, but they've got 1.1 seconds between them. We go on behind Jacob Stroud's 5 seconds behind them, 1.2 seconds ahead of Luke Miller. Luke Miller and Colin Terry still having a good battle. Luke on the VFR 400 and Colin Terry on the S3650. Number 24 versus number 63. You'll see them going through the turn 3 right now as I speak. We're going behind them, and it is a battle with Chris Beams and Chance Oliver. Ken Jeston's out there as well in 12th place, and he's followed by Barry Baxter and David Johnson with Duncan Rowe rounding up the final end of the field. They've gone through now. So with the lead bikes gone through, we got the white flag out. This is the final lap of the race, and Markham Barrett seems to have settled down to consistent 1:19s. Whatever's bugging him. In fact, no, we'll see what's going on now. Yeah, he's actually got a 0.1 of a second quicker, so he slowed about 0.8 of a second every lap over most of the race there, but he has plateaued at that, so hopefully that bike is going to be able to be repaired easily. Certainly it's safe enough, and it seems to be safe enough to continue on around the track. 1.9 seconds between Kyron O'Neill and Uriah Ryken. These guys were battling it out earlier on, but it's spread out a little bit more. So Aykroyd there on the 98 machine in 5th, Jacob Stroud doors, Luke Miller, Colin Terry, Chris Beams, Chance Oliver. No change anywhere through the field in that last lap. The white flag is out. I see Richard Markham Barrett looking over his shoulder, so maybe that point's getting slower and slower. He definitely has had issues with it all the way through. No idea. I'm not even going to speculate on what it is. At the moment, he's irresponsible to do that, but looking out for Roger Cathro. He's coming along, I think, the front straight, there it is, and takes the checkered flag. Markham Barrett going into round the big Go Media corner. The big sweeper coming onto the front straight. Remember, his last one lap was a 19.6. I reckon he's a bit slower than that. In fact, it's a 19.8. Only a bit. Only a bit. Kyron O'Neill coming along. That's his for 3rd, followed by Uriah Ryken. I'm going to wait for Todd Aykroyd to come around and then put the PA on to radio and dispute.